Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is RC Blakes, and I want to welcome you again to another Let's Talk with RC Blakes tonight. I want you to invite some others to come in. We have a very good discussion tonight. We're talking about lust. Is it lust? Is it like? Or is it love? Is it lust? Is it like, or is it love? You know, many people get confused by the different signals that play out in a developing relationship. And sometimes we confuse lust for like, and sometimes we confuse like for love. Sometimes we confuse lust for love. We get them all confused, mixed up. Well, tonight I want to kind of unpack it as much as I possibly can, and hopefully you'll be blessed by it. Invite some others to come in and to be a part of our conversation tonight. I think this one is going to really, really bless you. Now, we're going to explore the distinct yet often intertwined emotions, feelings of lust versus like versus love. And understanding their differences is crucial for building, healthy, fulfilling relationships. When you don't understand the difference between lust, like, or love, it's then that you find yourself investing more into a situation than you should. It's then that you find yourself being way out on the limb of giving too much to a person that never even gave you the basics, because you never knew the difference between lust, like, or love. So I want to look at, I guess, the markers of each. What are the markers of lust? What are the markers of like? What are the markers of love? And I love the way the Bible puts it. This is why I really encourage people of all ages. Sometimes people say, well, RC, can you do some teaching on relationships for people in midlife, or people, over 40, over 50, 60, and what have you? And the reality is the same stuff that I would say to the youngsters, 95% of that is the same stuff that people my age, us, we have to employ in terms of our relational choices as well. The rules don't change. And so I love what the Bible says in 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." So you got to stop being so gullible and so quick to assume or to conclude that a thing is what a person presents it to be, or what you might assume it to be. They may not even be presenting it that way. You just might be in a mode where you're assuming, and you have to slow it down and try the spirits. Try this, in other words, test it, prove it. Before you go out here falling in love, don't fall in it anyway. Walk in love. Test that thing. Make certain that it is what it's supposed to be. And then match that energy. If it's love, match that energy, If it's like, match that energy. If it's lust, get out of there. Quick. But let's start tonight. Let's start with lust. Now, lust is simply put, watch this, and so many of you of all ages are daily confusing lust for love. This is one of the greatest downfalls of modern womanhood. Well, not even modern, just one of the greatest downfalls of womanhood is that a man that is thrilled about you visually, sexually, and says all of the right stuff makes you believe that this is love. Lust, simply put, is the desire to have. And quite honestly, this person that you're head over heels about because they called you fine and because they, seem to be pursuing you, all that is, babe, is he has a desire to have you. And what happens after we satisfy our appetite? We don't want the food anymore. Lust is primarily a powerful physical and biological drive focused on immediate gratification. Says whatever it got to say. Bruh man gonna say whatever he got to say to get what he want. Now he'll even lie and tell you, oh yeah, I think you wifey, I'm gonna marry you. It's just a strong desire to have you. Now, if you're satisfied with just being sexually objectified and somebody just looking at you like a piece of meat, well, I don't know what to tell you, but that's pretty much all you're getting out of that lust deal. Is somebody that's sexually objectifying you and somebody that's looking at you like you are a piece of meat, and it's simply a strong desire to have you. It's often the initial spark of attraction, but is inherently self-focused. That's all you're talking about when you start talking about your type. You're just talking about lust. That's the beginnings of lust. Oh, he's great. He's a man of God. He's an honest man. He's a he's an earner, he's a provider, he's a protector, but I just don't have that spark. You just don't have that lust. That's what you're talking about, sweetheart. You just don't have that lust. You don't get that tingling, in the basement. You ain't lusting for this man. That's all y'all talking about when you're talking about type. You're talking about lust, a strong desire to have. That's why you know your type before you even have a conversation. It's because it's visual, it's biological, it's chemical. It's the same thing that drives animals to mate. So here's some of the markers of lust. It's physical focus. It's physically focused. This guy's attention is overwhelmingly on your body, your appearance, and the fantasy of physical intimacy with you. He's imagining all kinds of sexual acts with you. That's what's driving this insatiable desire. That's why he makes me feel so seen and wanted. As a box of rocks. Esther Perel says, lust is raw, physical desire. It's the part of you that wants someone, but not their life story, not their values, just their body. Lust can drive some people to the altar. If you really, like Samson just lusted after Delilah. It can drive some people as far as the altar. But you have to remember, all they want is your body. They don't want your values. They don't want your history. They're not really even interested in you. They just want your body. And they only want your body as long as you don't change. Once you start aging, you start gaining weight or losing weight, lust runs out. So it's physically focused. The Bible says in Matthew 5:28, but I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart, in his mind. He's already seen himself sexually with you in all different kinds of ways. When you look at this verse, it highlights that lust is an internal act of the heart and the mind, reducing a person to an object of desire rather than a whole human being made in God's image. That's why it grieves me that women today settle for that. And the way I sometimes I don't want to say stuff because I just don't feel like hearing the craziness. I just don't feel like hearing it. You can't come out in the street dressed half naked and think that you're all right between your ears as a woman. It means that not only has toxic masculine culture objectified you, you are fueling the campaign. You are funding the campaign. You view yourself now, either consciously or subconsciously, as a sexual object. You have sunken so low in your consciousness that you esteem the lustful looks and desires of men as something to be cherished, pursued, to the point you come naked. You get on camera naked. You come in the street halfway naked. You're the crown of God's creation. You're a woman. Lust is also idealization and self-serving. This man projects qualities onto you without truly knowing you. And he's asking this question, what can I get from her? Love, the question that lust asks is, what can I get? This is why the Bible says, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife. You shall not set your desire on your neighbor's house or land, his male or female servant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. That's Deuteronomy 5:21. Because lust is self-serving. It's what can I get? It's fundamentally about coveting, desiring to possess something or someone that is not rightfully yours for your own gratification. That's why a man will lie to you and tell you everything you want to hear till he gets you in the middle of the bed. If you don't have my book, The Father-Daughter Talk, you need to go pick it up now. These are the things your father should have taught you as a little girl before you entered the world. And you're 30, 40, and 50 still falling for the same lies. But it's lust that is just simply positioning you to take. Lust is also, here are the markers of lust. Lust is also short-term and conditional. Now, the feeling of lust is intense, but it can burn out quickly and exist only under the condition that the woman remains physically desirable. Once you start aging, the lust dies. Now, you thought it was love. So you thinking that he's not in love? He never was in love. He was in lust. And the version of you that he lusted after is no more. Because lust is short term. Not even a lease. It's a week-to-week rental. First John 2:16-17 says, for everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life comes not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires, watch this, pass away. But whoever does the will of God lives forever. Lust is short-lived, short-lived, if you really know how that's supposed to be stated. I just don't say it the right way because most of y'all would think I was wrong. It's short-lived. Now, the bottom line, lust is asking, how can you make me feel good? What can I get from you? It's all about taking. Do you remember the story that we talked about, Amnon and Tamar, right? Two children of David's by different women. So they were half brother and sister. Amnon lusted after Tamar so much, he thought it was love, that he eventually concocted a plan, a scheme to get her alone, and he raped her. But he thought he loved her. He thought he loved her. The lust was so strong. He wanted to possess, he wanted to have her so badly, he thought it was love. And so he got her alone and he raped her. And immediately after he had raped her, the Bible says he hated her. And the hatred that he had for her was stronger than the love he thought he had initially. And he kicked her out of his house. That, if you go read that story in the Bible of Amnon and Tamar, that is the greatest depiction of lust and its ending, how fleeting it is, how it burns hot and how it quickly dies out. Once the person gets what they want to get from you, see, like, you know, I would say young women, but women, a man will tell you all of this stuff, all of this stuff. He'll even spend money on you. And once he gets you physically and he has you sexually, he may very well discard of you that very same night. He may let you hang around a while if he really enjoyed himself with you. But eventually, lust burns out. It does not last. It does not last. So this thing that you got going on now, this little situationship you got, is it lust? Is it like, or is it love? Because, you know, a man can lust after a woman that he doesn't even like. Yeah, a man can physically lust and get sexually aroused enough to have sex with a woman that he doesn't even like. Now let's move to like. So now we said that lust is the desire to have. Write that somewhere. Lust is the desire to have. What is like then? Like is the desire to connect. Like is the desire to connect. Liking someone is about genuine enjoyment of their company. It's the foundation of a healthy friendship and a crucial component of a lasting romantic relationship, liking a person. You can like without loving or lusting. That's why most of the people you go out with or entertain, it doesn't turn into a grand love affair, because you can like people that you won't have a loving relationship with nor a lustful relationship. But it's hard to sustain love without liking. When you love a person, there's got to be some like, but you can like a person that you don't love or lust after. Does that make sense to y'all? Did I say that in a way that makes sense? What are the markers of like? Companionship. It's focused on companionship. In other words, this guy genuinely enjoys spending time with you, even in non-romantic, mundane scenarios. He loves going to lunch with you. He loves talking with you. He loves walking in the park with you. He's not all handsy and just, gawking at you and staring at you and looking you up and down and licking his lips like he LL Cool J or something like that. He ain't all that. He just enjoys, he just quality time. He loves spending time with you. It's companionship. This guy really likes you. He's really into you. Dr. John Gottman says, well, let me read this. Dr. John Gottman, renowned relationship researcher, found that successful couples are intimately familiar with each other's worlds. He calls this building love maps. Liking someone means you are genuinely interested in mapping their inner world. You learn, when you really like a person, you start to learn all of the ins and outs to their personality, to, what makes them tick, their triggers, all of this kind of thing. That's why I always say, love learns. If somebody gets to the point that they really love you, they learn you. They learned you in the liking phase. Because when you really like a person, you want to know them so you can stay on their good side, stay in their good graces. This is why the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 4, 9, and 10, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. But the people that would be there for you, where there's connection, 2 are better than 1. These are people that you like and people that like you. See, the person that's lusting after you, they ain't gonna be there to help you up. They'll help you down into the middle of that bed, but they ain't gonna be there to help you up. When you start having difficult time, they ain't gonna be there to help you. Another aspect of like is respect. A man that likes you has respect for your mind and your emotional ease. He's not traumatizing you. He's not dropping a whole lot of unnecessary weight onto you. He has respect for your mind and your emotional ease. He wants life to be easy for you because he likes you. He values your opinions, your intelligence, and feels comfortable being his true self around you. When a man likes you, he's stable and consistent. See, lustful guys are inconsistent. They only show up when they want to get to the middle of that bed. That's when they show up. And if you start paying attention, you can pretty much tell he's showing up every Friday night at about 10:30. He gets you to the middle of that bed. He's gone about 10:32. Woo, I had to say it. I know somebody, hey, you shouldn't make fun like that. Listen, I got to do whatever I got to do to get this point across. You understand what I'm saying to you? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You needed to hear it just like that. Because I need you to think about what I just said, how I said it, and how I responded to it the next time you try to open that door and let this person back up in your house that ain't got nothing but lust for you, baby. Oh, I'm over here. Lust for you, baby. It's inconsistent, but like is consistent and stable. It's not, like is not a raging fire, but a warm, constant glow of friendship. That's the guy you say, oh, I'm just not doing it for me. I feel more of a friend vibe. What do you think? What do you think lifelong marriages are made up of? Lisa and I are getting ready to hit 30 years in about 2 weeks or so, something like that. What do you think the basis of this relationship has been for these 30 years, 3 decades? Friendship. That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. Lisa's my friend. I'm her friend. I like her. And I love her. I'm preaching better than y'all shouting. The Bible says this. In 1 Peter 4:8, it says, above all, love each other deeply because love covers a multitude of sins. When a person likes you, it's easier for them to look over your idiosyncrasies and be consistent and stable. The feeling is steady and reliable. Now, there's a curse word. Women don't want a reliable man. I want a bad boy. It's not a raging fire, again, but a warm, constant glow of friendship. Now, the bottom line is this. Lust asks the question, what can I get out of this? What can I get from this woman? But like asks the question, do we enjoy each other's company and connect as people? It's about sharing. When a person likes you, they share. Watch this. When a person is only lusting after you, they take. When a man likes you, he gives. He shares, rather. It'll be early tonight. And then number 3, and finally, is love. So we went from what? Lust. What can I get? The desire to have. Like. It's a desire to connect. I want to know you. I want to connect with you. But then there's love. Some of you all have assumed that that it was love when it was really just like, enjoy your company, desire to connect and all of that. But he really never told you that he was trying to take it all the way, right? But you thought that. You assumed that, all of his steadiness and his stability was an indication that this was love, and it was not. It was just like. Love, number 3, is the desire to give. We said lust is the desire to have. Like is the desire to connect, but love is the desire to give. See, when a man really loves you, he's not going to have these arguments about 50-50. And that's not to say that a man should be responsible for 100% of bills, because a lot of men are not able to do that, right? Sometimes, financially, he may be able to contribute 40 and she got 60, depending on what their occupational stuff is. But even when he's at 40, his heart is at 100%. And he does whatever he has to do to keep growing and growing and growing, because he loves this woman, and his love for this woman gives him the desire to give to her and to provide for her. So he'll never have a conversation or argument about should a man be 100% provider, even when he can't provide 100%. Because his heart is at 100%. See, he's bigger in his heart than he is in his wallet presently, because he loves this woman. Any man that's having these lengthy conversations with you about money, he doesn't love you. He doesn't love you. He doesn't love you. Doesn't love you. He does not love you. Love is a conscious choice, and it's a committed action, not just a feeling. Lust is pure, feeling. It encompasses elements of both lust and like, but it's not lust. It's attraction, it's appreciation. Lust has a negative connotation, but I had to use it so you get it. When a man loves you, he desires your body, but he does not value your body over your soul, your mind. His attraction to your body is not first. So he does not press in. He doesn't pressure you in that area. He has a desire to learn you. He has a desire to know you. He has a desire to please you. He has a desire to protect and cover you. He has a desire to covenant with you. And then out of all of that, the natural response is you give him your body in the context of covenant. And he has a desire for your body and your body alone. A man that loves you, it's marked by deep care, sacrifice, and commitment. It is not self-focused. It is other-focused. He's focused on you. He's not focused on him. He's focused on you. And watch this. When you love him, you're focused on him. So since both of y'all are focusing on each other, everybody's leaving the table completely fulfilled. Both of y'all serving each other in a love affair, nobody leaves the table unfulfilled. So the markers of love are selflessness. His primary concern is for your well-being, your happiness, your growth, even when it doesn't directly benefit him. Dr. Sue Johnson says, love is not about loss of self in another. It's about being deeply connected and yet separate. It is a bond that promotes secure attachment and resilience. I love how the Bible puts it. In Ephesians 5:25, it says, husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Because love is marked by selflessness. There's a story in the Bible. Good story for you all to go and read. The prophet Hosea. God tells Hosea, because God wanted Hosea to have an experience in how God felt about his people and what God's people were doing to God's heart when they would chase after other gods. And yet God's love was consistently reaching for them. So God instructed Hosea to go and marry a prostitute by the name of Gomer. And Hosea married Gomer, and he loved Gomer. And Gomer had, children for other men. She was doing all kinds of stuff. And she eventually left him. She was just out there running, symbolic of how God's people were whoring after other gods. But even though she was out there, Hosea still loved her. It's an amazing story in the Bible. One of these days, I'm going to have to preach it. He still loved her. And then one day he heard that Gomer was on the auction block. She had been out there doing what she was doing. And now she, washed up, and she was on the auction block being sold as a slave. And you know what Hosea did? Because love is selfless. Hosea took his money and he went and bought her back, just like Christ bought us back with his own blood. Because he loved us even when we couldn't or didn't love him. Because love is selfless. My God, my God. Ephesians 5:25 says, husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. So this is the ultimate definition of selfless love, sacrificial love, a willful act of giving oneself for the benefit and sanctification of the other. That's what a husband is. That's what a husband is. He's marked by sacrifice. He's marked by selflessness. Another marker of love is commitment and security. Covenant. Covenant. A man that loves you is invested in a shared future and chooses you every day through good times and bad. He makes covenant with you. He's not out here talking about, well, we just gonna have our thing and we just gonna live our lives and do what we do. No. That man wants you with security. He's going to come into covenant with you. 1 Corinthians 13:4-5 says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, does not boast, is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. This guy, when a man loves you, this guy is committed and he provides a sense of security. Love, watch this, is marked by unconditional acceptance. He loves you deeply for who you are, flaws and all. You ain't got to, see, lust requires that you perform, but love allows you to just be. Man, I'm teaching here. These people don't even know what's going on. I'm teaching here. I say I'm teaching here. Deke? They don't know Deke. I'm teaching. That's Deke back there for those of y'all that's here. See him sit back there in the chair? That's my deacon. He watches over me. He got my back. But it's unconditional acceptance. He loves you for who you are. He doesn't put all of these demands on you. You're not on edge wondering if he's going to love me today or not. Is he going to reject me today or not? 1 John 4:18 says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. So love, a man that loves you, that love is rooted in commitment. That commitment creates a safe environment free from the fear of abandonment, allowing both partners to be fully known and fully accepted. Now, another marker of love is that love integrates body and soul. Physical desire is still present, but is now fused with deep emotional connection. Not just about your body, but about expressing love through emotional connection, spiritual covenant, and then physical intimacy. A man that loves you. Now, the bottom line relative to love is that love says your well-being is essential to my own. I am committed to you and to us. It is about giving. So love is asking, what may I give? Lust is asking, what may I take? Like is asking, what may I share? But love is asking, what may I give? So a healthy, long-term relationship ideally contains all three elements, but their balance evolves with love serving as the binding commitment. Wow. Wow. So I know that there are many who have struggled with understanding the difference between the three. And so I hope that our conversation tonight has opened your understanding relative to how these three dynamics work. And my prayer for you tonight is that if you've not experienced true love, that you will experience it. Don't buy into the rhetoric. Don't start making all of the wild statements about what can happen and this ain't right and that's not right. And so I'll never, ever. No. Trust God. Be the person that you're looking for. Trust God to do the rest. Find your happy within yourself and God. Keep working on you. And while one of these days, while you're coming out of the mall or coming out of the grocery store, love will find you. That's my prayer for you. In Jesus' name. Now listen, make certain if you need counseling, go straight to BetterHelp Counseling. The link is in the description. Use the link, and if you do, it will afford you 10% off of the cost of their counseling. And I believe they will help you to put some things together in your own mind. And then they will make a deposit into RCBLAKES Ministries because I recommended them to you. Now, don't forget to go to Amazon, pick up all of my books, Queenology, Father-Daughter Talk, Training for Reigning, Soul Ties, Me, My Mind, Imperfectly Holy, and whatever else I got. Just go to Amazon right now and pick that up. There's some that say, well, I want that shirt that First Lady Lisa has with OK on it. Go to RCBLakes store. RCBLakes store. PastorRCBlakes.com, and you can get it there. Thanks to all of my moderators. Thanks to all of you who may have sown into our lives tonight. Lisa and I love you. Don't forget that we're getting ready to go to Italy in 2026, and people are already signing up for that tour. It's going to be fabulous. More interest in that one, I think, than any we've had thus far. You want to go with us, go to RCBLAKES.com and just engage the link, and you can reserve your spot today or tonight, depending on what part of the world you're in. If you've not joined the Royal Court, you should. We have some wonderful Zoom meetings, and it's a really inexpensive way to support the ministry and to join the Royal Court community. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed myself with you all tonight. And I'm saying to you once again, you're on top and you're going higher. God has more in store for you. So we're going to see you at the top. I love you. Have a great night, queens and kings.
My queen, my queen. Oh, she. Oh, she. Beautiful, wonderfully made. She's heaven's angel. So strong, even in struggle, yeah. When life comes like a storm from every angle, she rises above it all, the backbone of every home. Nothing compares to all she do. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue. Yeah. Where would we be without you? You brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama. Yeah. And Jesus too. Oh, she's sophisticated, strong, simply amazing, humble, honest, and helpful, educated, ebony, eccentric, empowering. She's a queen. She's a queen. You better treat her like a queen. Oh. Her strength is amazing. Life inside, 9 months she's carrying. Back to work, cause the family she's carrying. Society don't give her just due, but she prevails and stands tall. A champion